What's up people, back again for another tutorial for yous. This time we're going to have a look at the Conquistador Zombie from Zombie Flesh Eaters, also known as a Zombie in the US, Lucio Fulci film. So we'll take a look at the figure then. Okay, this is another early one I made, and it's still one of my favourites. Okay, as for base figure, this was a Bollywood Legends figure, and they were quite common in the retail area where I live, in the town I live, Flint. And they were very cheap, they were about £5, so I got a load of them when I was starting out with the customs, the 12-inch scale customs, and they were perfect for this. The only thing is though, because base figures, the Bollywood Legends base figures, they got soft, squishy heads, so you can't use that head for much really as a base because it's too soft and it sags in. So I took the head off, sculpted this head, and then glued it onto the base figure. Added the rotten flesh and things to the arms and the legs and the feet, but like the sideshow figures, as I learned from them, you don't sculpt everything if it's going to have clothing on it, so you only sculpt the bits you're going to see. So for instance, you'll notice I haven't sculpted all the way up the arms, same with the legs. See, the end there. So you save on materials that way as well. It's not just being stingy. So, but yeah, clothing wise, the clothing also comes with the Bollywood figure, and you get 2 sets of clothing with each base figure. With the one I used for this, you got a pair of jeans, trainers that I used for the Part 5 Roy Burns figure from Friday the 13th 5, obviously. And there's this another set of clothing. I don't know the name of them though. It's those costumes they dance in, like pyjamas, you know. They had the gold trim on it, but you just take them off with a blade and then get all the stitching out, and then you just ruffle up the arms, and so it looks like he's been in the ground a while. Rip it up a bit, tear it up, make it untidy. The problem is they're white. The original clothing of this is white, so you got to make it look old. So the trick to do that is, those of you who don't know, is tea bags. And what you do, you lay out your costume, your white costume, once all the gold trim's gone, and then you squeeze a tea bag and dab a tea bag on with the juices, the tea juice, and then till it looks brown, and then you put it in the oven, you bake it in the oven for a bit, and it goes crispy and it sets, and then you're left with this manky brownish yellow colour. That's the colour of his costume in the movie, and that's basically it, guys. As for sculpting, you got to make sure you got the worms in his eye and the teeth right and things. I worked off a movie still for this, as I do for most of my head sculpts. I have a lot of pictures from different angles, and just work from them basically. And I'm really chuffed with this one. And he's a popular zombie, iconic zombie. And for those of us that love the film, it's just nice to have in our collections. So, go ahead and have a try at making your own. Best of luck to you. And if you need any help or you got any questions, just, drop me a line and I'll answer you when I can. So that is basically it, guys. Done with Fimo and Milliput this, because this was an early one. Head sculpt is done purely from Fimo, and the arms and the legs were done with Milliput. That was easier for me back then because you don't have to put Milliput in the oven so the base figure wouldn't melt. I was a bit worried back then when I attached the head to the body and then put it in the oven that the base figure would melt, because it does sometimes if you leave it in too long. But if you just put the heads in, it's better. If you just put the head in the oven, or if you sculpt in an accessory, if you just put that in separate, and give it the time it needs to set, and it'll be strong enough. So just a tip there for you guys. So that's the Conquistador Zombie from Zombie Flesh Eaters. So I'll leave it there, guys, just a short one on that one. As I said, any questions, I'm more than happy to answer for you. But until the next video, just take care, best wishes, and I'll see you guys soon.